Granny not, XJ.
If you build it, he will come.
That's more combat.
Oh my God.
What is it?
It's my father.
What is he gonna do? Volume punch me?
Go the distance.
I only saw him years later when he was worn down by life.
And Tiger thick whiskey.
Look at him. He's got his whole life in front of him, and I'm not even a glint in his eye.
What we're saying is garbage?
What do I say to him?
Why don't you introduce him to his granddaughter?
What are we doing here?
Good. Welcome to the live stream. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and donate. The preferred way of donating is hitting the Streamlabs link in the chat or the Cash App link. If you donate through that way, you become an instant moderator and have power. What's good? What's up? What's popping? What is up? Dummy got sued. Now he knows what it feels like. Now he knows. Black fatigue, of course. Everyone feels that. Why are we talking about black fatigue when Schaub got sued? What is good? You don't hear my air conditioner because you're not allowed to have it on during the day here. What's up? Papa fatigue hasn't hit the court system. I know, dude. So... Bappa. Who is he getting sued by? It is Bradley Bell. He's getting sued by Bradley Bell. This per the Fighter and the Kid subreddit. What about my microphone? Popeye? I don't know. They kicked him out. He's lost to the streets. I witnessed a murder the other night in the ghetto. But find a woman to look at you the way I look at Schaub. The way Schaub looks at me. This man has spent over $1 million to sue me, and now he's getting sued. And by the way, this is probably not a frivolous lawsuit like he did against me, which was a frivolous one. So, court case info. Bradley L. Bell.
Fuck
plaintiff.
yeah.
Well, thank you for the $2 super chat. I know, Kevin Brennan wants to have me on, so he says. Still trying to get in touch with him through X and Twitter, but we'll see. Be a rebel and use the AC? No, ever since they kicked out Popeye, I'm not trying to get kicked out of here. So, Bradley L. Bell versus Brendan Schaub, Brockwood, Daniel Blake, Herter, Pure Spectrum CBD LLC, Justin Burgess. This is an action for fraud, theft, and conversion. Civil theft pursuant to Florida statutes, unjust enrichment, wire fraud, IRS fraud, filing false tax returns, civil conspiracy to commit tax fraud, Plaintiff seeks to recover damages caused by Mr. Schaub's participation in a fraudulent scheme to unlawfully misappropriate plaintiff's equity in Pure Spectrum, undermine contractual and fiduciary obligations, and unjustly enrich himself at Mr. Bell's expense. Defendant acted knowingly, willfully, and with fraudulent intent by misrepresenting ownership interests, breaching contractual agreements, violating a non-compete clause, and conspiring with third parties to oust plaintiff from his own company. As a direct and proximate result of Mr. Schaub's conduct, plaintiff suffered significant financial losses, reputational harm, and emotional distress. My God. You know what's going to be hilarious? They're going to comb through the Fighter and the Kid subreddit, looking for every time he stole something or posted something and they documented it, like Schaub ripped off this. They're going to go through all the times. I think this guy even did an AMA on there. They're going to go through that. Brian tipped off the feds to get rid of him indirectly. Do you think now Brian Callen is looking at this and is like, no, I can't ever come back now? Now, like, is this the excuse that Callen now has to be like, look, Papa, you're getting sued. I can't be associated with you. You're getting sued for fraud. And you are a fraud. I mean, here's the thing. Everything they accused him of, he's done just in everyday instances. So I wouldn't be shocked if he did it here. Fraud, theft and conversion, civil theft, unjust enrichment, wire fraud, IRS fraud, and filing false tax returns. Papa going to prison? Is Papa going to get locked up? Oh my God. You can't get addies and baddies out in the yard, Papa. He's going to be in prison. They're like, yo, B, used to drive Lamborghinis, addies and baddies. They're going to go through everything. And this is one of those things. The shit he's being sued for and accused of, I don't know if he did this. I mean, he probably did this. I mean, come on. But he did so much other shit that's just... He's currently right now doing a truck giveaway scam. And you know that's a scam. Everything he does is a scam. Your team... I love the Jesse on Fire. I love it every time I turn on Deep Space Nine. He's behind the bar. Him and his son. Daddy. No. I bet you everybody cuts ties. Because this isn't a frivolous lawsuit. Everything they're accusing him of, he does. And they probably got the goods. This isn't some bullshit false copyright lawsuit like he tried to do to me. This is some shit that I guarantee you they got numbers, they got records, everything. Maybe it was Rogan. No, it wasn't Rogan. I know the government isn't charging him with this. However, if it comes out in the civil case, then, and trust me, the people suing him, whatever info they find from the civil case, are going to try to give that to the government. Remember, we're going through the Diddy shit now. That all started out with civil cases first. And then the government can peel off what the other side's legal team is getting during the civil cases and use that. So the government isn't charging them, but if the people suing them are like, hey, IRS, here's this we found in discovery, he might be going to jail for wire fraud and tax fraud. So let's find out more about this. Dummy in a hat. So Pure Spectrum CBD. Oh, he released some text. We got text messages from the guy suing him. Here we go. Oh my God. We got the fucking text messages. Yo. And the Pure Spectrum CEO guy released them. Dude, whether or not Brendan Schaub is irrelevant means nothing to the government. You fuck around with your taxes, you going to jail. What content would I cover if Schaub passed away? We can always beat up the Opster. I can just re-get it. I created the Dabbleverse. I can just go back into it if I wanted to. Oh, we're really about to see 300 pages. A lot more than 300 pages. And some real monster lawyers. I remember Brendan Schaub's lawyer, right? When I had to do that 6-hour deposition. Ugh. Me sitting in a goddamn law office in Providence by myself while everyone's up on, the fold down thing. And everyone's on Zoom. And I got Justin Bieber's lawyer, who Brendan Schaub used as his lawyer, asking me questions, calling his own client Brian Schaub the entire time. And then at the end of the thing, the stenographer lady was like, Robert, you called him Brian Schaub the entire time. And his lawyer was like, oh, did I? And I caught onto it like, the first time he did it, I was like, I thought he just mixed it up. By the 6th time when he's like, Mr. Swindells, did you ever blah, blah, blah with Brian Schwab? And like, I never corrected him because I was just thinking, this dude doesn't even know his client's name. So, this Bell guy from Pure Spectrum filed a lawsuit. So, but the entire time during that deposition, they called Schaub by the wrong name. And then at the end, they were like, Mr. Swindells, you got a problem if we change it in the record from Brian Schwab to Brendan Schaub? I was like, I don't care, buddy. But, by the way, don't forget to donate the preferred way, hitting the Streamlabs link or the Cash App link in the chat or description. If you donate that way, you become an instant moderator and have power. All right, he released the text messages. So this one from Brendan. Hey, boss. You're definitely one of the smarter people I know, so I'm reaching out to you. Please keep this between us. So with my special coming out, brings out a new reason for haters to jump on me. Well, it been brought to my attention these idiots created a campaign to shit on the special and are creating fake account and leaving awful reviews and 1-star reviews on IMBD. What? Wait. This can't be real. This can't be real. It's real, but it can't be real. Nobody can be this stupid. He did not call it IMBD. It's IMDb. Nobody can be this fucking stupid. Rich Voss isn't this stupid. IMBD? He did not call it IMB. I fucking can't. I can't. He didn't call it IMBD. What a fucking idiot. Holy shit. Holy shit. Okay, hold on. Let me try and collect myself. The levels of stupidity are incredible here, people. Okay. They're leaving 1-star reviews on IMBD. Spoke with IMBD. They said same thing. They said same thing happened to Amy Schumer and Kevin Hart. Only way to combat this is by having positive reviews and rankings. We can't shut this smear campaign down, even though it's just on IMBD. But still, I hate feeling like these fucking schmucks are winning. Okay, so this is right around when Gringo Poppy dropped. So, this is the whole... He lost his shit, went after Bobby Kelly, sued me. Because remember, he sued me the day before the special came out. And this is sounding like this is like a day or two before the special is even going to come out. So this is probably all the same day where he's talking to this dude. He filed the lawsuit against me. So, all right, let's continue. And then this guy put, "Good morning, Brendan. Thank you for reaching out and trusting me. First off, you're on top of a very blah. You're on top of a very high mountain, and all the sheeple below will always be yelling up at who's on top. Let me develop a strategy and plan while I'm finishing this leg workout. Is it okay to call you today to discuss? If so, what time?" Schaub says, "Yes, sir. I'm going to go on a long run around 8 a.m. Won't have service where I'm running, so we can talk after around 11. Perfect. Call me when you're free. We will combat this. I got you, my brother. We will put together a 5-star ranking ninja team together." Yeah, it's embarrassing to even confess it affects me. I couldn't sleep. Figured you would have an idea and not judge me. Weird position to be in. My other friends who are in comedy or TV just say don't pay attention to any of it, which I understand, but when it's a smear campaign against something I worked my ass off for and it's a good product, the competitive side comes out. He thinks it was a smear campaign against the Gringo Poppy. It wasn't a smear campaign, dude. You just put out quite possibly the worst comedy special of all time. What a dumbass. Yes, he was comparing himself. And I love how IMDb's response was, all right, dude, just get positive reviews. I always hated this excuse of, and they would say this during politics, of a bunch of Donald Trump's fans went and voted in the poll and made him win the poll. So it's like, all right, where's Hillary Clinton's or Joe Biden's fans to go vote in the poll and make them win? Like, what smear campaign? If it's good, it's good. And people will go and say it's good. It was a Mexican smear campaign. It had salsa on it. Yeah. Brendan put, yikes, email plan back. Fired my man. Showtime just called me. Not happy. Said we can't pay for positive reviews in any facet. Not in any facet. He said, not in any facet. Come on. Def don't send or respond to any more. I had to tell them that you guys were just trying to have my back, and I wasn't aware of positive reviews. Thought it was to drive traffic to actual special. Cool. This guy put, wild. We didn't ask people to leave positive reviews. And then Schaub puts, all good, man. I really appreciate you going the links you went through to try and help me. I should have just ignored these haters. I really appreciate you. And then he puts something else here. I can't read that, and it's too blurry. But, okay. Yeah. Whoa. So Schaub's thought that IMBD Holy shit, what a dumbass. Thought that IMDb, there was a smear campaign to make the Gringo Poppy give it negative reviews. So we got this guy to combat it and leave positive reviews. But Showtime got mad at him. So now he's bitching about that. So this guy, the CEO who's suing Schaub, put this out to show that he's sleazy. He's suing Schaub for fraud, by the way. A Mexican smear is what she leaves on the toilet. Damn. All right, so we got those. What else? What else? Wow, this is looking pretty bad for Schaub, to be honest with you. IMBD. I am going to be tripping off of that, though. More about this. Plaintiff seeks to recover damages caused by Mr. Schaub's participation in a fraudulent scheme. Impure Spectrum. Defendant acted knowingly, willfully, and with fraudulent intent by misrepresenting ownership interest, breaching contractual agreements, violating a non-compete clause. So, yeah, this guy is going hard at Schaub. Bop is going to jail. So he releases the text. They're already calling it like the end. What else was on here? There was another thing I wanted to check. He said he fired a guy. That wasn't BGL though. BGL got fired a lot later, I think. So Bell Brady L versus Schaub Brendan, Florida Circuit Court. Yeah, contract and quasi-contract claims, conversion claim, tortious interference claims. Filed June 23rd, 2025. Yeah, so, Bappa. I mean, damn, dude. How's that karma for you, Bappa? I mean, god damn, man. Shit's crazy now. I mean, like I said, Bop he's got to be guilty of all this. This is what he's accused of. What he's accused of is just descriptions of Brendan Schaub, the person. Of what he's accused of. Fraud, theft and conversion, unjust enrichment, wire fraud, IRS fraud, filing false tax returns, civil conspiracy to commit tax fraud. That's just Brendan Schaub in a nutshell. My appeal is still in the air. Yes, it is. I mean, and when he officially loses the appeal, he's going to try and bring it to the Supreme Court. But, I mean, like, that's whatever, man. I wonder now, though, if that's going to be the case, because now he's going to have to pay those monster lawyers to have to deal with this case. So who knows? I mean, the dude... I mean, this was incoming. Everything he does is a scam. Like I told you, that truck giveaway is a scam. The truck giveaway is a scam. And now he's giving away $10,000. You might want to, take back that 10 G's. He's going to need it with his lawsuit. He's getting sued by friggin' Art Bell. Hello? Yeah, what's up? Yeah, I'll be done in like 10 minutes. Alright. Bye. Sorry, that was one of my bitches calling. Sorry, I fuck bitches. I get pussy. It's what I do. What are the allegations? The allegations, sir, are fraud, theft and conversion, civil theft, pursuant to Florida statutes 772.11, unjust enrichment, wire fraud, IRS fraud / filing false tax returns, civil conspiracy to commit tax fraud. Dana White's behind it. It's payback for the CTE lawsuit. No, what happened is Brendan Schaub ripped off another guy, and they're finally not going to take it anymore.
Fuck yeah.
This Bell guy doesn't seem to have a lawyer. Ah, well, whatever, man. Still kind of dope, though. The fact that Schaub is getting sued. This is perfect. Schaub thinks he's just going to go around suing everybody when he's the biggest piece of shit on earth. Thank God someone finally sued him. He got his comeuppance. And then, like, even the leaked text messages of they're doing a smear campaign on IMBD. Fucking idiot. So we need to get people to leave positive reviews. He pays bot. Another reason why, by the way, his podcast is dead and doesn't get a lot of views is because he buys a lot of views. And that fucks you up in the algorithm. So that's another thing. That's all the guy does. Everything is a scam and stuff. And he's finally getting called out for it. And he's getting sued. Who the hell is John? I should countersue him? Look, buddy boy. I don't make enough money yet to countersue anybody. So Dana White is using Bapa's business partners against him. I'm telling you, that's why the charges are stacked. He'll have to settle. I wonder if it's going to be a thing where, like, someone floats this guy who's suing Bapa just because they want that outcome. We've seen that happen before. Who was it that was, like, secretly helping Hulk Hogan sue that fucking online site? Wasn't it like some billionaire floating that lawsuit for Hulk Hogan just to fuck over that online site? He's getting sued because he's a scam artist. Had enough of the Bapa. Monster lawyers. Andy, the lawsuit was filed in Florida. I think that's where Brendan Schaub bases his company out of. Because that guy's like his business partner. I forget his name right this second. But I had to learn all this from my lawsuit that he filed against me. So, but I mean, this is all just hilarious. And it's karma. It's what he deserves. It's what he gets. I own Bapa harder than Kalila did. Yeah, I mean, but I mean, this is what happens when you treat everyone around you, scam people. It's going to catch up to you eventually. Yeah, I saw that post that has a maximum alimony of $5,000 a month. The shit's just hilarious to me, though. Now he's gonna feel like, oh, you know what we're gonna get? Oh my God, it's gonna be the greatest thing ever, and we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. We are going to get a 6-hour video, the deposition video of Brendan Schaub, of him sitting in a chair for 6 hours getting deposed. Oh my God, that's going to be amazing. That's going to be the greatest thing any of us has ever. You think IMBD is bad? Wait till they get that fucking idiot in a chair for 6 hours trying to answer a lawyer's questions. What if Bappa donates and becomes a mod in this chat? That would be the smartest thing you could do. You have to donate through Streamlabs or Cash App. Hit the link in the chat. Or it's in the description too. But my God. That fucking deposition video is going to be the greatest thing ever. You hope it's an extra small chair? Now, they're probably going to do it in a courtroom, right? Like, I had to go do it in a law office, but I also think because this was still technically during COVID, but all that stuff's done. I'm going to make a separate video, too, about the text messages. But, I mean, thank you for the $20 super sticker. But thick boy prison attire. But like the other thing too is what this guy is alleging. This might actually end up with the IRS looking into his tax situation. Your Honor, I know the law. Narrative B. Ivry. He's going to say Ivry 10,000 times. Oh, that idiot sitting there. He's probably going to have that fucking dipshit in his lip. He's going to be spitting out into a... He's going to be spitting out into a thing. He's going to have pouches. What do you think he wears? He doesn't wear a suit. Does he wear a hat or does he not wear a hat? Because it's a deposition, you pretty much get to wear whatever you want. It's not like an official like court thing, so you don't get to wear a suit. And it's fucking 6 hours long. 6 hours long of Bappa. His CTE is so gonna kick in. He's just gonna be flipping out by the end of it. He's going to promote scorpion milk in court. 6 hours of Schaub deposition testimony. And it's going to be on video. And it is going to be released to us eventually. Eventually, we are going to see that. I mean, this is how hated Schaub is, and I always go back to it. People in his everyday life leak shit about him. Like, there are actual celebrities who I'm sure people in their everyday lives hate them, but, you know, like, no one is leaking Charlie Sheen flipping out at his son's baseball game and getting thrown out. They do to Schaub. No one's leaking, you know, Fran Drescher's flipping out at her daughter's ship. They do with Schaub. That's how much of a piece of shit he is in real life. The obsession I have with him, He sued me, and now he's getting sued, and I'm just talking about the lawsuit. That's all that's happening. It's not an obsession. Oh, yeah, by the way, right now, Brendan Schaub is watching this. That was admitted in our court case that he watches in every live stream I do, just in case I mention something about the lawsuit, so they can drag me in. You know how many times I got dragged in there? Mr. Swindell said during his live stream this about my client. And I'd be like, damn, you watched that? One claim might be true. They stack the charges because it's cheaper to settle than spend time to fight every claim. Lawyers do it every time. Even so, the guy already released some text messages of Schaub's showing what Schaub is willing to do. Have fake reviews to try and make the Gringo Poppy a better special. Hilarious, though. Friggin' hilarious. He's representing himself, though, so that's dicey. Lawsuit might not hold water. I represented myself, and I kicked Bappa's ass. I mean, you could look at it that way, and that might be the case. It might also be the case that it's so obvious, and he has all the evidence, so he's like, why pay a lawyer? I can just do this myself. Also, you might maybe consider this. The guy is the CEO of a company. It might be the case that that guy is a lawyer himself. I would assume you don't just become the CEO of a company without having gone to college and having a background and such. So it might just be the case that that guy is actually a lawyer. No, he's being sued for, and one of the claims is filing false tax returns and tax fraud. Internet comment etiquette with Eric just dropped a new vid. I don't know who that is. With Montanez? But hilarious. This whole thing is hilarious. I'm still technically dealing with my thing. We're still technically in an appeals process. I asked, I talked to the ghost lawyer today, in fact. Because I was like, hey, is this going to affect us? And can we use any of this shit in our thing? He was like, no. So, but, yeah, hilarious, dope. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and donate. Like I said, the preferred way. Hitting that Streamlabs link or the Cash App link. It would really help me out a lot. But I got to go. But just the karma. The karma. That Schaub got sued. I'm going to be dropping a video about it, though. I got to do a separate video about those leaked texts. About old IMBD. Oh, my God. No, Two Master. But I got to go.